What's up, everybody? My name's Phil Nash, and I'm a developer evangelist at Twilio. We're here at NDC Melbourne, and I want to show you a little bit about how to make a better authentication, a better login experience for your users. I think the login experience has been neglected over the last few years, and there are actually web APIs out there that allow us to make a much nicer, much more streamlined experience for our users, including the same amount of security. And so what you might have already is an experience that has your username and password, which your users have to remember and type out probably. My password's not long enough, but this is a toy app. And then that might go through to two-factor authentication, which you have to grab your phone for and maybe answer a text message, in this case, 059, it's gone off my screen already, 871. And that whole experience, I think, can be a lot nicer because we have the APIs for it. Now, this experience currently is just it's an Express app. There's not a lot of JavaScript in the front end. That two-factor authentication is powered by Twilio Verify, but we can make it all better. And so first up, we need the Credential Management API. Now, the Credential Management API allows us to both trigger and then use the results of the save password, save user account details modal in the browser itself. So once we have control over that, we can actually retrieve the credentials for our user out of the browser and log them in with just a click, or also automatically if that works for your application as well. So I'm just going to uncomment this code, which is creates a password credential out of the login form, and then stores that in the browser. And once we've stored it, we can then go a bit further up, and when we load the login page, we can use the Navigator Credentials API to get the password details out of the browser again. Now I'm using required mediation. You can actually do a silent login with this, but I'm not entirely sure we need to go all that way just yet. But once we have those existing credentials, we can just paste them into the form and submit it as usual. Now for this, I'm going to refresh the page, and hopefully this time around, we're going to get asked for the login details. Once that's a successful thing, there we go. So I'm going to save that password in the system, and then we're going to go through the two-factor auth again, just because we have to. 180725. So that's saved in the browser. Although what's really nice is that Chrome across different devices is actually syncing those things. So I can go to my Android device now, open up Chrome in the same website, go to log in. And this time it's going to offer me up that account to log in with. There we go. And so I can do a single click sign in. It fills in the form and moves on for me. Now we get to the two-factor authentication part. We can make this better as well. Now already Android gives you this opportunity to copy from the text message and paste it into the thing. But that's two things. And honestly, pasting into a form field can be a pain as well. So we can fix that as well, also using the Credential Management API, although this time it's sort of known as the Web OTP API. In this case, what we do is we kind of ask for an OTP, one-time password, from the SMS transport. So this is saying, hey, device, if you're getting any SMS messages with a code in that fit the right pattern for this website, then we can ask for permission from the user and get that into the JavaScript here. Once we've got it, if we have access to that code, we can just fill that into the input on the page and submit the form, moving the user on. So we have one-click username and password sign-in, one-click one-time password confirmation. So I'm going to do that on the browser, on the mobile device again. And this time we should get through the process in just 2 clicks. So I'm going to log in and say, yep, sign in with that. And then this time when the text message gets sent, we should have a pop-up asking for access, there we go, to read the message and enter the code. So we allow that, and we can move straight on, and we're logged in, 2 clicks. Now, I believe this also works if we do this back on the main browser, on the desktop browser. And let me try this out. First up, I'm going to sign in with that account. That's a one-click sign in. And what we should find is, on the mobile, it's asking to say, hey, can this computer verify that it's you? We submit that. It's loaded the code into the desktop browser. And so we still did 2 clicks, but one of the clicks happened to be on the mobile device accepting that as the correct code, and we are logged in. So that's what I was talking about earlier today, turning that awkward username and password and two-factor authentication flow into a much quicker and easier process to use. This entire application is just a relatively simple, like the application has nothing else behind it except for this login, and it's using Node, Express, and then Twilio Verify for the two-factor authentication. And we can turn this from, username, password, typing all the time and waiting for a text message to show up, to click, you're into the application. So that's what I'm excited about. I think we can make our user authentication flows better. I think we can make them more user friendly and more fun almost. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So thanks very much again. My name is Phil Nash. I'm a developer evangelist at Twilio. Thank you.